Changing the campus takes time. But don't worry. Good morning, bachcho. I hope you are getting the voice. Good morning. Good morning, Chintu. Good morning, Padmavati. Good morning, Sajid Hussain. Good morning, Uzma. I hope you are listening. Good morning, Joshna. Charita, good morning. Sharanya, good morning, Sharanya. Unless you will say I won't start, you have to say, then only I will start. Good morning, Sajid. Sajid, are you able to listen to me? Chintu, are you able to listen to me? Rutvika, good morning. Naveed, good morning. Farida, one, good morning. Vijay, good morning. Kavita, good morning. Swati, good morning. Chintu, good morning. And his name was Anand. Anand, good morning. Amritanand. His Strom is Amritanand. Good morning, Amritanand. Good morning, Abdul. Good morning, Durga Prasad. Very good morning. So, right. Srinivas Reddy, good morning. Abdul, good morning. In physics, beta, I am taking zoology. I don't take physics. And it is equally important, in fact, more important. What I believe that people, those who score 350 marks, for them, their target score is very, very easy for them. Good morning, Sonika, and good morning, Manish Chala. Very good. If more join, then I'll say good morning to them. Okay, so right now, tell me the last system that we have done. Please tell me. What was the last system of earthworm we have done? After that, I will start my questions. The last system of earthworm. Tell me, bachcho. Male repro ayipindi. Male repro was going on and completed. Male repro completed or going on, bache? Completed. Very good. Okay, Swati, completed. So tell me, what are the male gonads? Of course, male gonad in earthworm or any other animal, male gonad is the same, which are testes. Male gonads are testes, right? My question is, how many testes are there in earthworm? So I'll write questions. This is my question number 1, then I'll ask 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and 12. Now, those who are not able to answer the questions, don't worry about for them. Those who can recall, very fine. Those who cannot recall, no worries. You can open the notebook if you are writing in the class and also open the NCERT, right? So this effort is not to take your test, but to reinforce your memory, reinforce your learning. I'm not testing you, right? Because if I'm testing, how come it is a right test? You can open and say the answer. So it is not a test which I am taking. Test, we have kept it, the right need-based test. It is reinforcement of the memory in another way, okay? So what are the different ways we know? We are using them. One of the ways is asking bits like that. So 2 pairs, yes. So number of testes in earthworm are 2 pairs. The question has not been completed. Tell me in which segment they are present. Testes are 2 pair, testes are 2 pair. In which segment they are present? Come on, bachcho. Segment below 7. No, beta. Segment 10 and 11. Very good. Segment number 10 and segment number 11. Segment number 10 and segment number 11. Beta, 7th one we have remembered, Sharanya. 7th mein kya tha? Lateral heart. 1 pair of lateral heart was there. Lateral heart 7, 9 and lateral esophageal heart 12, 13. 7, 9, 12, 13. That is for heart. Otherwise, 7 we use that the septum between 5 and 6, 6 and 7, there it comes. or 7 will come in where the spermatheca are there. They are in 6, 7, 8 and 9. One pair of spermatheca in every. That is a 7 one. Okay. So it is 10 and 11. 10 and 11. Very good. Now tell me how many testes sacs are there? Sac. How many testes sacs are there? Testes, so you said 2 pairs. My question is how many testes sacs are there? Yes, you are right. Good answer. It is 2. 2 testes sacs are there. And segment. Very good. 2. 2. Because here 4 testes now. So in one sac 2 testes are there. Okay. Those who are not able to recall, see the diagram. Book kholo, open the book, see the diagram. Okay. Bacho, what is that? Same. Segment number. Some people have answered. That is the correct answer. And no, 11, 12 nahi beta. Hari Surya. Testes जब 10, 11 में है, when the testes are in 10 and 11, how come the testicular sac which enclose the testes can be in 11 and 12? Right? No, same number, same segment, 10 and 11, same. And the number is, they are just 2 in number. Very good. Now tell me how many spermiducal funnels are there? How many spermiducal funnels are there? Come on. How many spermiducal funnels are there? How many spermiducal funnels are there? Why you people are deleting your answers? Sham, Charita, why answers are deleted? How many spermiducal funnels are there? Correct answer 4 or 2 pairs. Very good. They are also 2 pairs. 2 pairs. Spermiducal funnel. Every testis has its own personal spermiducal funnel. Okay. So tell me in which segment spermiducal funnels are there? Segment bolo. Very good. Every testis has its own personal one. So now there are 4 testes. So each one has its own personal spermiducal funnel. So अब ये क्या हो गया? Total testes 4 and total spermiducal also 4. And segment is 10 and 11. Very good. Segment is 10 and 11. Obviously, if the testis is in 10, its spermiducal funnel is very close to it. So this is also in 10, same number, 10, 11. You can see that so far the numbers are same, 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11. Okay. Now let's change a little bit. Okay, one more. Now, tell me from where the vasa differentia begin. Vasa differentia. Why I'm writing like that? Because plural hai na, so I don't want to write incorrect. Okay. One is vas deferens, one. And many are there, so vasa differentia. That is a correct name. Now tell me from where they start. Come on. From where they start. Tell me from where they start. Yes, they start from 10 and 11. 10 and 11. Beta, each vas deferens, it begins from the spermiducal funnel. So spermiducal funnel are in 10 and 11. So obviously this will begin from 10 and 11 only. Okay. So each one, although this one is not a very good answer, from where they begin. Okay. But same answer. The answer will be same. Okay. Means if spermiducal funnel, just below the funnel begins the vas deferens. So vas deferens is also in 10 and 11. So you can see that 4 answers are 10 and 11. 1, 2, 3 are very important. Let us now change. Tell me seminal vesicles. Come on, seminal vesicles. Tell me seminal vesicles. Where you find the seminal vesicle? Let's change the color and change the answer. Seminal vesicles. Seminal vesicles. बच्चों बोलो ये कहाँ पर है? How many are they? Seminal vesicles. How many are they? यार lag यार YouTube में. How many are they? Yes, 11, 12. Very good. 11 and 12. Very good. 11 and 12. They are in 11 and 12. 11 and 12. The question is how many are they? And answer is 2 pairs. They are also 2 pairs. Okay. So the number of testes, the number of seminal vesicle are also same number, right? So number of testes, number of spermidactyl funnel, and the number of seminal vesicle, and the number of vas deferens, all numbers same. Two pairs, two pairs, two pairs, two pairs. The diagram should be in the mind. If you're not able to recall it, okay, so in a rough page, don't waste the white page. Rough page wali copy aati hai na, that because that page, okay, in that make a bigger one. When you make a bigger something, very rough type, very arbit, no need to draw anything, like sometime I draw very rough one. In that way, you make and then your mind will learn. Anything which is very big size, so mind can easily recall it. Okay, so yes, there are two pairs and they are in 11 and 12. One down, seminal vesicles, one down. Okay, very good. Now this is about, now some more questions I'll be asking. Prostate gland, tell me, where is the prostate gland? Now this question is not a good question. Prostate glands, how many prostate glands are there? This question is good. How many prostate glands are there? Come on, answer for prostate gland number. Answer for prostate gland number, yes, 17 to 20. Sajid, you are absolutely right in saying. And yes, Durga, your answer is also correct. One pair, 17 to 20, one pair. Very good. So prostate glands are one pair, and that is from 17 to 20. It extends from 17 to 20th, extends from 17 to 20th, and they are one pair. Now you have to tell me about the accessory glands, How many accessory glands are there? Two pairs, very good. Accessory glands are also two pairs. It's such a same number, na? Two pairs. How many things are two pairs? This is two pairs. Okay. Vasa differentia also two pairs. Vasa differentia. Seminal vesicle, two pairs. And accessory glands are also two pairs. Okay. Yes, diagram, if you make appropriate sketching is not required. Very arbit one. But that muscle memory, that is we can call it a motor system and our neural system, they become connected, okay? So that muscle memory will help in a longer stay and a better stay in the mind. So you have the picture in front of you, and it's like how you will make. Okay, so no need to make a stylish one, because not everyone is good in drawing. If you are good in drawing, otherwise just a very rough one. Very rough one can be, ये बन गया earthworm, ऐसे करके ये बन गया earthworm. Okay, now this is 10, this is 11. Testes 1, testes 2, T1, T2, T1, T2. Testicular bag. Okay, then seminal vesicle. Okay, then testes के नीचे funnel. Then okay, single line you can make. Just make single line. Otherwise, it will be confusing. Okay, so this is 1, this is 2, this is 1, this is 2. These are vast difference. So no need to write everything. But this process is good to learn something complicated, and where if you recall the picture, your answers you can easily answer. Okay, so no need to remember what are two pairs, what are two in number. No need to remember that. Just a picture you recall, and suppose 11, 12, 13. This one is गड़बड़ हो गया यार, ये गड़बड़ हो गया थोड़ा सा. Some mistake happened. In जल्दी गड़बड़ हो गया. Okay. You understand what mistake happened? This is correct, but this should be here. Okay. So this is mistake that happened. Okay. Now it is corrected. So one seminal vesicle is in 11 and one seminal vesicle is in 12. So recall the picture, okay, and then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. Directly you can mark 17 here, and then you can make like one prostate gland. This is one prostate gland, one prostate gland, okay, one tube like that. So this is not a proper drawing, but this help you to understand complex diagram easily. Okay, so this investment you can do, and that should be done on a rough page, because there is no idea to come back here. I mean, it's not for revising from it again. Accessory glands, so this is the idea to those who are finding it difficult to recall, because many people are able to answer and many people are able to just recall what was that. That's why I'm saying, if you're able to recall, no need. So beta, accessory glands are two pairs, yes, so that's fine. Now the male genital pore, okay, how many are they? Answer is one pair. And in which segment they open up? Male genital pore. Let us come to outside. Male genital pore, yes. Male genital pore, one pair, and this is in 18, segment number 18. One pair, segment number 18. Male genital pore. Very good. Okay. Now, male genital papilla. Male genital papillae. Okay, how many are they? Recall, there are two pairs, and tell me in which segment male genital papillae are present. Yes, you are right. Amritanand, you are right. Sudhir Babu, you are right. Yes, Durga Prasad, you are right. Okay, Durga Prasad, ठीक है. You are saying 4. Fine, makes sense. So male genital papillae, they are in segment number 7 and 8, 7 and 19. Now, bachcho, same is the number of accessory glands. Because accessory glands are just behind them. So if that is 17 and 19, accessory glands, two pairs, they are also in 17 and 19. So no need to take tension about the accessory glands. If you just remember the genital papillae, automatically accessory glands you can think of, because just on the inner side of the genital papillae, accessory glands are there. Okay, so bachcho, some idea you get about. Okay, now the question which follows now is, what is the function of testes? Come on, what is the function of testes? Question number 10. Function of testes. Who will tell me function of testes? No way asking. Who will tell me correct answer? Hormones. Okay, I am talking about this animal. So hormone to nahi hoga. Yes, anything else you have something? I am saying that modify your answer a little bit. Who will modify the answer? Store spermatozoa. No. These animals cannot store. When they are formed, they release them. And that is the reason, they have to do cross-fertilization. They can't store. Production of sperms. Okay. Now, if I say that sperms are haploid cell, and testes actually, in question, if it comes, and option is nothing like that, you can say production of haploid sperm. But in reality, testes produce the sperm mother cells, spermatogonia. Testes produce spermatogonia, diploid cell. Spermatogonia. Testes produce spermatogonia, which is a sperm mother cell, a diploid cell, and after that, maturation of the diploid cell, maturation of the spermatogonia takes place in this one, seminal vesicle. And seminal vesicle, the word is maturation, and you know that in the gametogenesis, maturation matlab meiosis. Maturation means meiosis, and meiosis, so you know that diploid cell, which is spermatogonia, will be transformed into the haploid sperm. Maturation of a sperm, maturation means the meiosis. In gametogenesis, even in any animal, gametes are formed in 3 stages: MGM, multiplication, growth, and maturation. Okay, so maturation process is always a meiosis, that is converting the diploid to a haploid cell, and that occurs in the seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle do not store, please understand that seminal vesicle help in maturation of sperms. I hope you understand. So testes actually produce spermatogonia. But if you don't have any such option where you have 2 separate options, then you can say, of course, testes produce sperms. But then that question, I don't think so any teacher will be giving that question, that what do testes do in earthworm. It is a, you understand that he question you, right? I hope this is clear. Testicular sac, they have that because sperms are released, they come in the testicular sac, and from the testicular sac they can come into the seminal vesicle, so that is important. Then spermidacal funnel collect the mature sperms only, and that they push them in the vas deferens. Vas deferens carry, the only function of vas deferens can be carry the sperms to the prostate gland, and then from the prostate gland it merge with the duct. Merge matlab it come along with the duct of prostatic gland along with the 2 vas deferens, and they come into a sheath which is called the spermatic, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, spermatic duct. हाँ, spermatic duct क्या बोलते हैं, spermatic, चेक करो क्या बोलते हैं उसको, spermatic duct. Spermatic duct. So there is a common sheath. I tell you, beta Shyam, I'll tell you genital papilla just 1 minute. Today I will definitely tell you genital papilla and the role of genital papilla also. Papilla means something projection. For example, on the tip of it, little thing come out, and that is a papilla that comes out. Papilla, some projection. Okay. Now, spermatic cord is spermatic duct. Can you see in the diagram? Check in the diagram, beta. Yes, you are right, Durga. They help in copulation. Very good. My question is not just see, you have the book in front of you. What is given there? Spermatic duct या spermatic cord? Spermatic duct दिया उन्होंने, book नहीं खोली है. Not open the book. No one. Duct. Okay, fine. Spermatic duct. So what happens to them, that 2 of the vas deferens and one prostatic duct, they come into a sheath called spermatic duct, and actually spermatic duct open at the male genital pore in segment number 18, and spermatic duct carries sperms as well as the secretion of prostate. And I tell you that the prostatic secretion is not mixed up so far. Prostatic secretion will mix up later on. And I'll ask you the function one by one, then I'll come to prostate gland. Now, what is the function of prostate gland? What the function of secretion of prostate glands? Function of secretion of prostate glands. Come on. It's a very important question. In understanding the process of reproduction, it will be required. So, what is the function of function of prostate gland secretion? Carry sperm? Nutrition. Very good, Sajid Hussain. The function of prostatic gland secretion is to provide nourishment. It's to provide nourishment or nutrition. Same thing. Nourishment to sperms. Nourishment to sperms. When the sperms are stored in other animal, so nourishment to the sperms is provided by the secretion of prostate gland. Accessory glands, they produce a glue-like substance. Accessory glands produce a glue. glue-like substance, glue-like substance, glue-like substance, glue-like substance that help the two worms to come together, and they help in attukovodam. That means adhering the two worms together. Attukovodam, the glue-like substance in accessory glands. Male genital pore is the outlet of the two things come out from each pore, sperms plus the prostatic gland secretion. Prostatic gland secretion comes out and sperms come out. Yes. Then male genital papillae, these are the outgrowths which help in this copulation process, so that the two worms come close to each other and the transfer of gametes takes place. There is no sex organs. They don't have any organ like vagina or maybe penis. There is nothing like that. So they have something so that the two worms can remain very close and the transfer of gametes takes place. The process of copulation is a long process which takes around 1 hour. That means, for 1 hour they have to be glued together. Okay, so the secretion of accessory gland help in gluing them, attukovodam, adhering them together. Male genital pore, outlet of two things, sperms come out and the prostatic secretion comes out. Male genital papillae help in the same process, because from the tip of the papillae, glue comes out. That glue-like substance come out from the tip of the papillae. Okay, these papillae have a very small duct inside, just like the syringe, just like the needle of injection. The needle of injection is a needle, but inside that also there is a duct. So when you press it, fluid comes out from the other end. Same, it's a papilla, but at the tip of the papilla, small hole is there, and from inside, the accessory gland produce glue-like substance which comes out and also help in adhering the other worm close to this worm during copulation. Yes, although they are hermaphrodite, but there is a cross fertilization for obvious reason that I'm going to explain to you why there is a cross fertilization necessary. And yes, that can be a question also. Spermatic duct is a common duct which has got two vas deferens and one prostatic duct which is coming out. Remember that the prostatic secretion is not helping the sperms as long as the sperms are with the male. But when in the male part, before copulation, but after copulation, the life of the sperms the nutrition of the sperm depends on the secretion of prostate gland. So prostate gland does not add up before the sperms are they have transferred to the other animal. But so I think I have discussed quickly the function of each and every part, okay? But then when I discuss the female genital system, and after that I discuss how the process of reproduction takes place, then you will understand completely and it will be more interesting, okay? So let us begin with the female reproductive system. Let us discuss with the female reproductive system. Female reproductive system. So once again I am saying to you, when you see a worm from outside, okay, so you can see very clearly the clitellum, okay. Now clitellum is up to 16, 17, 18. Here there is a pair of male genital pore, From here, two things comes out. One is sperms plus secretion of prostate secretion, okay? And one up and one down, we have genital papillae, and from the tip of the genital papillae, a glue-like substance come out, okay? So what comes out after all the process inside from the male part is this one. Although this animal is not a male or a female, this animal is a hermaphrodite, but from the male part, okay, from 18, sperms and prostate secretion comes out, and from 17 and 19, the genital papillae, and from the tip of the papillae, a small rundram is there, a small aperture is there. From that comes out is the secretion of accessory gland, and accessory gland secretion produces glue-like stuff. Let us now begin with the female reproductive system. Okay, are you guys with me so far? No problem. Are you guys with me? No problem. Any problem, beta? Any problem you can ask me? Are you guys with me? Are you able to concentrate, everyone? For concentration, it is always better when you are at home, always better to use some, earphone or headphone or any ear pod. Okay, so they are not very expensive these days, I find. Okay, in around 1,000, 1,500, you can get any decent company, decent one, because if you take a small, ordinary one, it will get, wrong in no time. So you can buy around 1,500, something like that. 17 or maximum 1,800, decent company, and you can use that with, okay. So if you put them inside, there is a little sound cancellation also, and if you are, if you are spending around 1,500, 1,600, 1,700 like that, so they also have some active noise cancellation also in them. So yes, it will help. Once you are cut off from the outside, that is the best concentration available or happens, okay? One more thing, whenever you want to concentrate, maybe not for studies, but just to meditate, or just to sit silently when you are so much tired with so much of noise. Noise does not mean that the noise of machinery. Noise, sometimes the people voices which is now, like echoing inside, that is also a noise, okay? So when you are totally fed up, you can just put the earphone in your ears and you can just play some alpha music available on YouTube, okay? Alpha music or any concentrating music or any relaxing music, okay? So there are different types are available. You can use them. Okay, I always use them when I'm fed up with so many things, okay? So I always, minimum 5 minutes at least in a day, I sit with those earphones in my ear, okay? And then totally cut off and just listen to the waves and sound, and it will really help us to concentrate further, okay? So the people who are doing a lot of mental work, for them it is very, very important. And in hostel, it is very difficult for you people to do, but if as long as you are in home, you can use this facility. But if you are like open and the voice is coming from a speaker or, some speaker of the laptop, then, or speaker of the mobile phone, then it is very, you require a very strong concentration ability. Otherwise, you will be disturbed by the noises and the imagery outside. So that's my suggestion for online listening. Female reproductive system, let me make it, okay? So the structure is this one. I'm making the female reproductive system. For that, I need a very small one. No need to make a bigger diagram because it is a very small one and very easy. In fact, easiest one, okay? Right. So I'll make it like 12, 13, 14, okay, and 15. That's it in this part. And these are the septum, okay. Attached to the septum of 12 and 13 are a pair of ovaries, and these are nodulated type of ovaries like this. A pair of ovaries. Remember that testes are two pairs, but ovaries are one pair. Ovaries are just one pair, okay? And one pair of ovaries, but in terms of the segment, you have to answer segment number 13. Segment number 13, okay? After that, then there are oviducal funnels are there. Just like the spermiducal funnels, these are oviducal funnels. And oviducal funnels continue as oviducts. So oviducal funnels continue as oviducts. And the oviducts are very, very small because they have to join each other. The two oviducts have to really join each other. So this is a very small, trajectory and the small length of oviducts. And once they become one, then the common oviduct, okay, will open into a rundrum or the female genital pore, which opens it to outside. I'll try to make something here so that you can imagine. So I'm just making here, there is a female genital pore, and of course from inside, you can see from inside, and these oviducts are common oviduct is opening into the female genital pore, okay? So let us write down, these are ovaries, okay, this is one ovary, and this is oviductal funnel, oviducal funnel, and this is the oviduct. One oviduct, and this one is the common oviduct. Obviously, it cannot be anything else. It is common oviduct. Guys, I hope you are clear, you understood this one. That's all about the female reproductive system in earthworm. Female reproductive system in earthworm is having only these parts, okay? So if your mind is not able to see, I'll make it a smaller one, little smaller one, because then okay. I'll make a smaller one. Yes. This is opening in the female genital aperture. And female genital aperture is a single aperture, which is the and there what opens up? Common oviduct. The common oviduct opens at the female genital pore. Female genital pore. It common oviduct opens at female genital pore. And the ovaries, one pair, are located in segment number 13. Okay, beta? Is it clear? Done. So I told you that it's a very simple one, female reproductive system, very, very simple. And please understand that when in earthworm, there is a cross-fertilization takes place. Cross-fertilization takes place in earthworm. Cross-fertilization takes place in earthworm, okay? Cross-fertilization takes place in earthworm. Cross-fertilization means that one worm and other worm, so they will exchange. That's the actual meaning of cross-fertilization. But there is a problem, and problem before the problem, please understand why there is a cross-fertilization. Question is why? Why? These are hermaphrodite animals. These are hermaphrodite, monoecious, bisexual. Hermaphrodite or monoecious or bisexual. Hermaphrodite, monoecious, bisexual. Hermaphrodite, monoecious, bisexual. Right. Then why they need another one? Sperms of the one can fertilize the ovum of the self only. Why can't the sperm fertilize the ovum of the self one? And yes, Hari Surya, your answer is absolutely correct. The answer to that is because earthworm is protandrous. Because earthworm is protandrous. Earthworm is protandrous. Protandrous means that any animal, proto matlab first, and andro matlab male genital part is called andro. In plants you have heard this name, androecium, gynoecium. Also you have heard androgens. Androgens hormone, male sex hormones are androgens. Okay, so male sex is actually male sex can be referred as andro, okay, male sex organs or male sex characters, okay. Here it is referring to the male sex organs. So first, which means that in one body, first the testes mature, and at that time when the testes are mature, the ovaries are not mature. Malli, chudu. In this animal, suppose this animal is living here, this is the clitellum. Now, in this animal, what happens is the testes mature early. And when the testes are mature, they are releasing the sperm. They can release the sperms outside. At that time, the ovaries of this are non-functional. They are not making any, ovum. So, how the sperm will remain wasted? They will go wasted. So what happens that they are actually in nature, they become cross there is a cross fertilization. The two worms come closer. The two worms come closer in a juxtaposition. In a juxtaposition. Now the juxtaposition means that now this is the first one and this is the last one. Last one. This is clatellum. Okay. Now the other worm will be like this. The other worm is like this. The other worm in an opposite position, that is, this is the first segment and the last segment, and this is the clitellar segments, okay? So this position, the two worms come closer and this is the juxtaposition, and during copulation, they copulate, okay? They copulate, and as the result of copulation, what happens after copulation is the mutual exchange of sperms. What happens after copulation is the mutual exchange of sperms. They are protandrous, okay, pteridophytes. Yes, pteridophytes are also protandrous. Okay, very good. Okay, so please understand that there is a mutual. I will explain you how fertilization takes place. Right now, please be with me. Be with me. Cross fertilization. Why? Why? Answer is they are protandrous. Okay, at a time the male reproductive organ they mature earlier than the female. In these two animals, the testes are mature, but their ovaries are not mature. The animal called A, orange one is A. The animal called B, the blue one is B. Okay, okay. So okay, we'll call it orange one is O. Orange one is O and blue one is B. Right. So in these two animals, O and B, right now their ovaries are not working. The ovaries are not producing any ovum, but it is ready to produce the sperms. Okay. So what happens that the sperms of one, they are stored in the spermathecae of the other. Sperms of one, they are stored in the spermathecae, and total spermathecae are 4 pairs. Okay. So in all the 4 pairs, the sperms are stored. Not only this one, but the sperms of this one also are stored in the spermathecae of the other one. So the sperms of O are stored in the spermathecae of the B, and the sperms of B are stored in the spermathecae of O. I will also try to explain to you the process, how it happens, okay, little bit about that, but actually copulation is this process. It is a long process because all the 4 pairs have to be filled, okay, and complete filling takes time, therefore it is a long process and it is a 1-hour process. It usually occurs in the night. And it is a 1-hour process, okay, fine. So in copulation, there is a mutual exchange of sperms. This happens. I hope till here points are clear. Now this process may not be that clear, but yeah, then they are protandrous, but got and why cross? And first of all, there is a cross fertilization and not self fertilization. This is one question. Why also? The answer to this one is this. And what happens in copulation is the mutual exchange of sperms happen. I think so far all points are clear. Before that point, okay, we have now this is a female reproductive. So when the ovaries become mature, the ova are released into the oviducal funnel. Oviducal funnel collect them and then bring these eggs, okay, and they release the egg outside the female genital pore. Remember that the female genital pore, no sex organ enter, nothing enter into it. Only the eggs can come out from the female genital pore, okay? So female genital pore, nothing comes inside, only things go outside, and the eggs which are formed by these ovaries, will enter into the oviduct, first oviducal funnel, okay? Oviducal funnel has cilia. So ciliary beating will help the eggs to really guide them to go inside, and then they enter into the oviduct and then come in the common oviduct and open at 14 number, okay? But this maturation occurs once the exchange is over. This maturation occurs after copulation. Please understand that this occurs after copulation, because copulation occurs sometime back. Copulation occurs sometime back, means some days back copulation occurred. And as a result of copulation, what happened? That the sperms of O are in the spermatheca of A, B, and the sperms of B are in the spermatheca of O. And when they are in spermatheca, for that duration, maybe 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, for that duration, the sperms get nourished by the prostatic secretion. Remember that sperms come along with the prostatic secretion. So the prostatic secretion is a nutritious fluid, and for that duration, till the sperms are stored in these spermathecae, the sperms are nourished by the prostatic secretion. Okay, so I hope you understand this one. Okay, now a little bit about this process. Although I won't be making the diagram accurate, I won't be able to make the diagram accurate, but I will try to make something near accurate, so that you understand that when they come closer, how this exchange happens. If I'm getting a picture on net, it is wonderful, okay? So if I get a picture on net, it's wonderful. Juxtaposition. Learn this word, juxtaposition. Juxtaposition. Learn the word earthworms. Earthworms. Juxtaposition. Earthworms. Juxtaposition of earthworms. Juxtapositions. Let us see the images. In any image we can see. This one is little bit explanatory. समझा देंगे इसको, देखते हैं क्या होगा. Okay, it is a YouTube. Let's leave it out. We want some image. Okay, we want some image. ये है but natural diagram है ये है but कौन सी species है ये? फ्रेटी में है ना? ये है but ये कोई और species है. It is a different one. It's a different one. Try to see this one. Comment upon the gametic exchange in earthworm. Discuss the physiology in reproduction of earthworm. Gametic exchange. Good. This is a good diagram. Okay, fine. So this is a juxtaposition. Very good. I can store this diagram for my future classes. Very good. Now you know that where are these spermathecal pores? I am asking you to locate the spermathecal pores. Okay, let us locate them. The spermathecal pores are ventrolateral in intersegmental groove. Ventrolateral in intersegmental groove between 5, 6, 1, 6, 7, 2, 7, 8, 3, and 8, 9, 4. Okay, and we are seeing, because we are seeing from the side, and they are ventrolateral. One pair, I mean, the one will be that side. So 4 are here, the 4 will be that side. Okay, so these are the spermathecal pores. Again, just find the spermathecal pore of the other worm. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Between 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. Done. You do this thing first. Now locate segment number 18. Locate segment number 18, and let's come to segment number 18, because that is a male part. From that we can take out the male reproductive organs, male reproductive structures. Let us keep it here. And ये हो गया 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Here also there is a one opening here, and one opening to that side. This is the male genital pore. And now let's see iska 16, 17, and 18. One here and one to that side, because we are seeing the animal from the side. We are seeing the animal from the side. Okay, done. ये some other species, because here the papilla 17, 18, 18 में papilla बोल रहा है ये. छोड़ो इसको छोड़ो. Leave it. I will. Spermatical pore, this is correct. Papilla, leave it. Papilla, leave it. Clitellum correct, segments correct. Okay, leave that part. Otherwise, we'll keep on searching. Okay, done. Now, what happens that in this position, they start exchanging this is worm A, this is worm A, this is worm B. This is worm A, this is worm B. Okay, now the worm A will release the sperm into the spermathecal pore of the B. This is B. अब ये देखो यहाँ पे निकालेगा, right? And they are two in number, ventrolateral. So both of them are releasing into each other, right? They are also two in number. They are also two in number, so they are releasing the sperm. After that, what? After that, they move a little. They move a little, and now this thing 18 will come in front of this one. Okay, so at that time when they move a little, the sperm from the 18 will be released into the this pair, which is in between 7 and 8, 6 and 7. Okay, first it will release into 5 and 6, and then they are released into 6 and 7. After that, it also move a little, and after that, it will release the sperm between 7 and 8, and tarvata, it will move a little further more, and it will release the sperm between 8 and 9. Yes, they keep on moving a little bit because they have got longitudinal muscles and circular muscles in their wall, and with the help of them, they align themselves, and nature has given them this instinct of aligning them very, very nicely. Although they don't see anything, but they can align. This is a natural instinct. One boy asked me one question. He asked me that, sir, well, how do they know that their male sex organ has become mature now and they have to send the sperm to the other animal? Okay, how do they know that in the other animal it is also the same thing? I said they don't see anything. That's what the natural instincts are. Okay, here also you can see, here also, it will release here. After that, when it moves, it will release here. It will move further, it will release here. It will move further, it will release here. Okay, beta, I hope it is clear. So now the sperms of A has entered into the spermathecae of B, and the sperms of B have entered into the spermathecae of A. In this process, the 17 and 18, where they have papilla that help in keeping them very close. Otherwise, there is no exchange happening. In this species, there is a papilla formed by the 18 itself. Right, by the male genital pore itself, a papilla formed, whatever the species the diagram is. But in Pheretima posthuma that we have studied in the NCERT, we have those papillae here. Okay, so they help this animal to adhere to this animal, and similarly, they have one pair of papillae here, and this helped this animal to get adhere to each other like this. Okay, this whole process takes 1 hour, and after that they become separate. After that, this will go in one on it will go in other direction. They are now, their work is over. Now their work is over. They are carrying the sperms. Okay, then after some days, their ovaries become mature. After some days, their ovaries become mature, and then the ovaries. ये क्या हुआ? Diversification. You कौन लिख रहा है? What is this? After some days, when their ovaries mature, after that, the clitellum starts secreting a proteinaceous plus mucus secretion, a mucus which is rich in albumin. The clitellar glands start producing a mucus secretion. I'll write here to show you that also. If I'm having earthworm, and then I'll write the cocoon. Okay, slipping off of cocoon, slipping off cocoon, 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 slipping off cocoon, Let us see reproduction. Obviously, in reproduction, slipping off occurs. Okay. Can you see any diagram wherein we can get a bigger one? इसमें कैसा है? Not a good one. Not a good one. This one is somewhat better. Okay. org.uk. Okay, very good. Now, bachcho, after that, the cocoon will secrete a mucus. This is a clitellum. Clitellum will secrete a mucus rich in albumin. When that dries up, it turns into a membrane. You know that many people, they put face pack, and the face pack is a cream type of thing, and they put it, and when it dries up, it can be peeled off. You know, it become a membrane. Same is the secretion of the clitellar gland. The secretion is a mucus rich in albumin, and that will dry up and make a membrane. Am I clear to you? And that membrane is all around. And this is a sort of a bag, a sort of a cover, and this is known as cocoon. And now their eggs start releasing out. And remember that the eggs come out from segment 14. One single pore, female genital pore in segment 14, right? Eggs come out. Am I clear to you? And these eggs will not be released outside. These eggs will remain in the cocoon. Eggs will remain in the cocoon. Now the cocoon has got the eggs, but the cocoon will not stay over the clitellum. When the animal is moving little bit in front, backwards, okay, the cocoon also struck to the ground, okay, and the animal move little backwards and the cocoon slip off little forwards, okay. For example, cocoon contains eggs. Let me show the diagram. ये क्या हुआ यार? Okay. Cocoon contains the eggs. Because 14. Cocoon is 14, 15, 16. So here is the female genital pore. Okay. And also don't forget the genital or spermathecal pore. Don't forget them. They will be required here. Spermathecal pore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, actually they have not shown correct number, but actually like between 5 and 6, 6 and 7, 7 and 8, like that, or might be it is slipping off, they are showing, okay. So 5 and 6, 6 and 7, 7 and 8, and 8 and 9, right? There are spermathecal pore. And when this cocoon comes in front of the spermathecal pore, the spermathecae pore open up and the sperms are released. Already the cocoon had eggs. Cocoon had eggs, and now the sperms are released into the cocoon. And now the sperms are also released into the cocoon. These are the sperms. Sperms are released, okay? These are the sperms of a different worm. Remember, these are the sperms of a different worm. Okay, and now the sperms, and then slowly and slowly it will slip off from front, and then it is deposited in the soil. It will be deposited in the soil, and after some days, okay, when new worms come out, new small worms come out, there is no larva, there is a direct development. On an average, from one cocoon, 4 worms, baby worms come out. 4 baby earthworms come out from one cocoon. 4 baby earthworms come out from one cocoon. The cocoon starts slipping forwards. The cocoon starts slipping forwards. I hope you can visualize this process. The cocoon starts slipping forwards. Okay, and then when the cocoon come in front of, yes, in this worm, they have shown it slipping off like this. You can see the cocoon in green color, they have shown. If at all we can get that picture. Yes, right. So cocoon, it has shown that cocoon, this is the clitellum, and the cocoon is now coming, and the worm is going back, and now the cocoon will be released from outside. Okay, done. उसके बाद में क्या किया है कि this will cocoon hatch, earthworm comes out. Yes, and from the cocoon baby earthworms born. Okay, so cocoon slip off from the front like a small sac. You have seen the shape of the cocoon. Okay, that's a true shape they have shown. The true shape of the cocoon they have shown. Okay, and yes, this is a good one. It's a good one wherein what I'm trying to say I can get the diagram for that. Right. Clitellar glands produce mucus along with albumin. The secretion dries up in sun. And that forms a membrane which we are calling it as cocoon. That forms a membrane called cocoon. Okay, bachcho? Well, I just started, that's why I'm searching. Otherwise, I can even leave it for your own visualization. Okay, you can see that one. Okay, this one. So the female genital pore open up here. This is a small cocoon formed, and it contains eggs, and then it is slipping forwards. You can see when it comes in front of the spermathecal pore, it contains the sperms, and then ultimately it will come so front, and then it is released out. After that, fertilization takes place and new embryos are formed. Now, from each cocoon, on an average, 4 baby worms come out. You can see the baby worms coming out or emerging out. This number is 4 on an average, but the range is 2 to 20. Very easy to remember. The number is 4, but the range is 2 to 20. Okay, bachcho? So that's all about the reproduction process. I'll ask your doubts, and if your doubts persist, you can be honest with me with your doubts. If your doubts persist, I can take that part and try to explain it in some easy word. Okay, easy way. Now you tell me, and if it is required to be just memorized, I'll say the same thing to you. Have you understood? Protein tree, clearly understood. I'm asking other. Have you understood the process? Sharanya Durga Prasad saying clearly understood. Don't copy your answers. Your answer should be your own personal one. Have you understood? If you understood, that means yes, Kavita and Vagdevi. Okay? So that means yes, understood, right? So from one cocoon, how many baby worms come out? Average number 4. But what is the range? 2 to 20. Very good. Sir, in NCERT sufficient for NEET 2024 or outside NCERT? NCERT not sufficient, beta. NCERT more than sufficient. If you can do NCERT nicely, you will not ask this question to me. Okay? Do the NCERT nicely. Be with us. Okay? As we teachers, we have to take a little bit explanation. While we are explaining, we have to go a little, some teachers have that they just write the points and they ask the student to learn them. Some teachers try to explain them. Now, both are right, both are good, okay? It depends on the own personality of the teacher. So when I was in your position, it was very difficult. If something is given in a table, it was very difficult for me to memorize it. But if I understand the process, then I can recall and I can remember. So every teacher teaching style it depends on how he find problem when he was at your age. That is the reason if a person is very intelligent, they rarely become good teachers. And the person who are duffers, okay, those who are not duffers, those who find difficulty in understanding, those who cannot learn the things by seeing and they learn the things, those become the best teachers. You understand the point? Because whatever problems they find and that is the problem they are also imagining that the student will be having. Okay, so ठीक है बेटा, this is all. Remember the number 2 to 20, 2 to 20, average number is 4. Average number of baby worms from a cocoon is 4 and the number is 2 to 20. Let us not lose marks in these questions. I am joining your hands and asking you, let us please do not lose marks in these questions. This is your birthright to answer each and everything in these like numbers and all. Okay, just learn them, just learn. 14 is there, so obviously one above the 14, so you can clearly recall where the ovaries are located. Okay, and this is not a chart I have started. Already the diagram were made in the previous class, and this is the summary which I was asking you. So like I was having the same problem. If something is given to me like this, I can remember it, but after some days I start forgetting it. Okay, now since it is an online platform, okay, so no one should feel offended if a person thinks that he is super, and he might be a person is very intelligent and also a very super teacher. It might be there. I'm just saying generally it is seen like that. And for that, even those people they also agree. So don't feel offended, please. It is just a general view which I have found. Okay, bachcho, now let's move to the next point. And the next point is, what was that point? The economic importance. Read the economic importance by yourself, but beta, one question will pakka come from economic importance. So better you read it, because if a statement is little twisted, you may lose marks in something which is your birthright to get. So please read it properly, thinking that the teacher is thinking one question from this economic importance of earthworm. Okay, that's it. So that's all about this earthworm. And now I'll take some points which you think animal tissues, I have to take them. Okay, can you remind me what were those points of animal tissues? What were those animal tissues? Is it neural tissue, muscular tissue? Can you recall? Yes, vermicomposting, very good. Vermicomposting method, yeah. Muscular, no worries. In muscular tissue, the detail of in cartilage, there is nothing. I did not teach anything in cartilage. I just say that cartilage are avascular. They have very limited repair capacity because the blood is not supplied to them directly, and they are pliable, they are soft, they can resist compression. Okay, so they can become very good cushions. And the cartilage cells are called chondrocytes, and these chondrocytes are located in lacunae, the space called lacunae. And in cartilage, in one lacuna, one or more than one chondrocytes can be found, right? Only this thing I have told in cartilage in every class, you can check. Okay, in the muscular one, in the muscle one, resist compression means, okay, Shyam, resist compression, like one is the sponge, very sponge, okay, and it is soft, it can be compressed, but if you compress it, it can be compressed completely. But if I compress this, I require a lot of force to really compress it. You understand? Okay. So this can work like a good cushion. A simple sponge will not be a good cushion because if a weight is there, it will totally become flat. For example, your shoe sole. Your shoe sole is made up of polymer, a rubber-like substance. Maybe PVC or something. And no, Chinni, no need to read anything outside from NCERT, not even single point. Just follow your teacher, follow NCERT. and we can promise you somewhere between 340 and 360 in biology. Yes. So, if just imagine your shoe sole. It is not very hard. It should not be. It is not very soft also. You stand up and it becomes flat. It is somewhere in between, so that when you stand, it just compress and then distribute the force or pressure equally. So you can get comfort in your shoe sole. You can get comfort. If I make it by a wood, it is very difficult because it won't take your, it won't give you comfort. It cannot act like a cushion. It cannot bear so much of weight. It won't break up, but it will be very difficult. The other organs will be feeling a lot of thrust. Then if we make it of a very soft sponge, no need, but these shoe soles are made up of a polymer of rubber so that it can resist compression. It cannot be compressed completely. It can resist compression. It is not a solid, but still, it is a solid, but still it can resist compression. You understand the point, right? What about gases? Gases resist compression? Gases resist compression or liquids resist compression? Have you studied this in chemistry or physics? Okay, so I'm not taking you there. I'm just discussing about the shoe sole, and I hope you understand by meaning what resists compression. That's it. Okay, bacho. Now that is in cartilage. Okay, as you all are saying, muscular tissue. In muscular tissue, the question number 1 which will be asked is, what is the embryonic origin of muscular tissue? From which germinal layer? And you have to answer, sir, from mesoderm. Sir, from mesoderm. Okay, got it? Then another question. In our body, how many types of muscle tissues are there? How many type of muscles are there? You will say, sir, in our body, 3 type of muscles. Okay, 3 type of muscles. These are skeletal. Okay, I will say, why you are calling them skeletal? Actually, sir, they are connected to, or they are attached to the skeleton. They are attached to bones or cartilage. That is skeleton. Okay. Then the other one is visceral. Visceral. I ask why they are called visceral. You will say, sir, they form the wall of the viscera. Therefore, visceral. And cardiac. And I'll ask you where they are found, and you have to say that, sir, they are found in the wall of the heart. I can also ask you that, are they found in elsewhere? You will say, no. Sir, cardiac muscles, first of all, they are not found anywhere other than the heart, and they don't have any alternate name. But these muscles have 2 more alternate names. But then I will ask you, what do you mean by skeleton? I will ask you, you said skeletal, but how will you define skeleton? How will you define skeleton? And let me see if any one of you can help me out, because now I am asking and you have to answer. I will also answer, don't worry, but right now play your role. You have to answer. My question is, what do you mean by skeleton? Muscle attached to bones. Okay, but many animals don't have bones at all. They also have a skeleton. A cockroach has chitin and not bones. And chitin forms the skeleton. It is exoskeleton. So my question is, what is the term skeleton means? Framework. Yes, that makes somewhat sense. Good. I want other students to answer somewhat more. Yes, Amina, Vagdevi, these have started answering. Very good. Good. Come on. Structure supporting body. Very good. Hard substance which make framework. Cartilage is not hard, it's soft, no? Okay, anyways. So skeleton is any structure that provide support, shape and support. The structure that provides two things, shape and support. Shape and support. The shape, my body shape is my shape of my skeleton. We have endoskeleton. You cannot touch the skeleton from outside. It is inside. We have endoskeleton. The shape of the nose depends on the shape of the cartilage we have, right? And the shape of the face and all, chin, ears, everything depends on the skeleton inside. How long we are depends on our skeleton. How short, wide, all things depend on our skeleton. Our body shape. Okay, so we have more straight chest. All these depends on our skeleton. Just imagine that if all my skeleton is removed, I will lie here totally flat, down, no structure, okay? So anything that provides shape, support to the body, that is known as skeleton. Lot of support is provided. For example, the brain is not broken, the brain is not injured because brain is supported by cranium, the brain box. Similarly, a very delicate organ, the spinal cord, okay? But the spinal cord is present inside the vertebral column. You understand? So a lot of support provided by the skeleton. So any structure that provide shape and support to the body is the skeleton. Okay. So we have endoskeleton. Our endoskeleton is made up of bones and cartilage. The endoskeleton of chondrichthyes is only made up of cartilage. The endoskeleton of chondrichthyes. Teacher आ गए? No? Okay, I am going because I am having a gold class now. Thank you, yeah, thank you for coming. Tomorrow? Tomorrow extra class le lo? I will explain these words, viscera, visceral. These are conceptual things. Okay? Okay? Can I take an extra class tomorrow? Okay. If there is a slot, I will take an extra class tomorrow to complete all these doubts. Okay, bachcho? Bye bye. Take care. And today's work is this one. Okay, bachcho. Bye bye.